am a teacher, a wisdom teacher, a psychologist, and I also do relationship coaching. Now, to me, personal development refers to activities that improve awareness and identity. It is basically has a lot to do with developing one's talents and potential. Personal development refers to improving your behavior by building positive habits. And for me, when it comes to my personal journey, I think it started around when I was around 29 years. And at that time, I really felt stuck and I felt I wanted. I knew I was intelligent and beautiful, hardworking, but somehow something didn't seem to really add up. And that is when I now embarked on a self-discovery and spiritual truth-seeking mission. And for me to really realize my personal growth, I divided my life into three aspects, and that is the spiritual, the intellectual, relational or relationships, and the physical. And I started engaging in activities and behaviors that would help me to grow in these areas. So, for example, for my spiritual growth, I enrolled and did most of the discipleship courses that were offered at church. For example, the School of Discipleship, I was active in SEL. I even served in church. Yeah, I volunteered, for example, in the School of Discipleship as a facilitator. And yeah, that helped me, at that time to connect with my being, but also to grow spiritually. And for my intellectual growth, I also did quite a lot of studying. My personal growth journey has really been about learning, and so I did sign up for some courses. I did a leadership course, for example. I started reading a lot of personal development books. Yeah, like some of the books I read are The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Rick Warren's The Purpose-Driven Life, and these books, helped me a lot to understand myself better, but also they helped my mind to grow. Then when it comes to relationship or relational development, I also did a lot of study here. I think my journey has really been so much about trying to understand myself, trying to uncover the key rules that govern aspects of life. So I also did, for relationships, I really wanted to understand how to relate with people around me and to manage, for example, as a leader, because I discovered that my purpose was teaching and leading. So I did also a leadership course that I talked about earlier to help me learn how to manage people, how to motivate people, how to manage big teams, and how to influence people generally. I also did a very, very good course in parenting. There's a good course offered by Family Life Network, and that helped me to learn how to relate with my children and how to manage really the affairs to do with the family. And I'm one person who is really fascinated by human beings or human behavior, and so I've always been very curious about what people do and why they do it. So I did go for a course in psychology just to really understand what motivates people to do what they do. And for the last 3 years, I have been on a journey of research and studying about dating and romantic relationships. Basically, just understand the rules that govern that aspect of life, but also to figure out how, for example, women can, improve or be better at this aspect of dating and romance. And that led me to writing a book, which I call Just the Way You Are Girl. And in this book, I expose the common unconscious mistakes that women make in dating and romantic relationships that sabotage their ability to attract and retain good partners. And from there, then I now started a relationship coaching program. I actually now do teach women how to succeed at dating and how to meet the right partners. So that has been my journey. And like I said, for the physical aspect, I started exercising. I exercise at least twice a week. I started eating and sleeping better, and also engaging in activities that give me a feel-good, kind of feeling, but also improve my state of mind. For example, dancing. Dancing really turns me, and I really love it. So that is how my journey has been, personal growth. And when it comes to the lessons that I've learned, lesson number one that I picked out of my journey is that life is governed by rules. There are rules that govern every aspect of life, and the onus is on us to find out what those rules are. Yeah? So for me, my journey was basically to unearth what are those rules that govern the aspects of spirituality, for example, of if I want to develop my mind intellectually, if I want to relate with people better. So my journey has really been about discovering those life rules, because unfortunately, these rules will affect you and me, whether we know them. So we're better off finding out these rules. And the second lesson that I picked from my journey is that what we call luck or chance is actually luck is when an opportunity finds a prepared person. And it is really very interesting. So when I did what actually occurred to me in the process of doing all these courses that I've talked about in discipleship, in Bible, Christian education, I actually did those for my personal development, and I really, they really improved my life, the quality of my life and my relationships. But I also realize now that I am doing a relationship coaching, this knowledge that I acquired much earlier is actually very useful now. Yeah. And when I am helping people in my coaching practice, I find that I'm drawing from a wealth of knowledge, because of the so many courses that I have done. And that is what makes me an outstanding coach and very unique, because when I'm helping people, for example, I'm using spiritual teachings, but also using scientific and psychological tools. So that gives my clients a very enriched perspective, but also it gives them empowers them with very enriched tools. So I want to advise people out there that keep on, when an opportunity comes to study, to learn something new, grab it, because you never know when you need to use this information in life. Then the third lesson for me was to discover and follow your purpose early in life. Because I discovered my purpose late, I really did so many jobs that were not in line with my purpose. And for example, from when I was young, I knew I wanted to be a teacher, but after university, I diverted into another career altogether. And at that time there was a lot of peer influence, and we looked at teaching as a job that does not pay that much. So somehow I just dropped it. But looking back, I wish I had actually focused on teaching or education, because that is actually what my mission is here on earth. And so I want to encourage people to find your purpose and align everything that you do, all the courses you do and activities you engage in should be in line with your purpose. And lastly, the key lesson that I have actually learned on this journey is that wisdom is practice. The Bible tells us to be doers of the word. Now, if you're going to grow, if you're going to realize any personal growth, then you need to be practicing what you learn. There are no shortcuts. Even psychologically, by the way, the brain will only store things which are important. And we show the brain that something is important by practicing it. So practice, practice. The more you practice something, the more it becomes easier, the more it actually becomes your second nature. So to realize personal growth, I have learned that you need to practice what you learn. And you have to be, a lifelong learner. You have to continue. You keep learning and learning. Thank you.